Right now, there's a massive, huge push for anti-Americanism.
Yes.
And the vessel of this is very interesting. So if you look at this article, I believe I translated it here. It says, the U.S. swimming team's face turned purple, causing global doubts and doping suspicions. So this is very interesting.
Yes.
I
They're like,
find
no,
this-
you.
That is such a... Do you have a soundbite for
I
that?
do have a soundbite.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a very no-you moment.
It's a no you moment. It's like, because they know that they're guilty.
Yes. So on my channel, Laowai86, I did a video about how I explained the whole doping scandal in
Yes.
China. They found 23 swimmers that had tested positive for a banned substance, 2 of them for steroids, right? And this became a huge point of conflict because what China did was they ran their own investigation after trying to cover it up.
And said, oh, it's
And
okay.
said, "Oh,
they
it's
just
okay."
ate a bad hamburger.
They ate hamburgers, which was Australian beef, so there was
Yes.
some bad stuff in it. So it obviously showed up in trace amounts in their blood.
Sure.
Right? The U.S. said, absolutely not. We're
Yeah.
going to do our own investigation. I guess it's currently ongoing,
Yeah.
right? But China is very pissed off because the Olympics to authoritarian countries like China or Russia are so important.
Yes.
Because this is your chance for soft power. It's your chance to exert your image across the world to other countries that think that you're probably not so good to your people.
Yeah.
If you can say, our authoritarian method might have some concerns, but we get stuff done. We build highways, collapse.
That collapse, yeah.
We build houses, collapse. We have an Olympic program where people are super strong and look, they represent our country and people are so hardworking.
Doped.
Yeah. So all these things are very important to China. So in this conflict, they flipped it.
Yeah.
They flipped it on its head. It's just like during COVID when they said, no, COVID didn't come from us.
It came from Maine lobster.
Maine lobster and whatever.
It came
they
from
made
Fort
up.
Detrick.
Yeah. They just made stuff up, right?
Yeah.
We're in the same situation. So they're now saying in China that, and this is huge.
Yeah.
They're saying that the U.S. athletes, because they turn reddish purple when they're very tired, the swimmers,
Yeah.
it means they're doping.
They're not
right?
even turning purple, by the way. They're turning red.
Well, I'll show you. So let's look at some of these posts.
Okay. Here's the thing.
This is their evidence. Okay.
Okay, their evidence.
I would like to ask China, what is your source? Because these swimmers are testing clean, right?
Yes.
What is your source that the U.S. Team is doping?
My source is that I made it the f*** up.
Ah, yes.
That's your source.
That tracks. So they have these posts going around of all these purple swimmers, right?
Yeah.
Some of them Asian, half Asian, white. They're all different, like whatever. But what they're failing to understand is that people with lighter skin are going to show their blood vessels more, right? When they're overexerting
Yeah,
themselves.
and look, there are physical differences. I know for a fact, at least in southern China, people don't sweat nearly as much. It's just in the genetics, right?
Sure.
And if you go for a long run and you get, very exhausted, most people that I know will turn red to
Right.
some extent.
But what they've done is actually, it goes beyond that. They've
Yeah.
just manipulated the photos.
Yeah.
To exacerbate this potato thing.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? Can you pause it there? I started noticing this around August 1st.
Yes.
On my comments section, before I saw any of these posts. And they were saying like, oh, you're stupid American swimmers. You cry more. You're just losing the Olympics. You're stupid taro purple yam swimmers.
Yes.
And I was like, why do they keep calling my country's swimmers purple yams? So then it turns out later on, these posts go viral, right?
Yeah, around
they
about
always-
August 4th, August 5th, we saw a lot of these
lot
posts
of
going
them, yeah.
everywhere.
So I wanted to show you something. What they're doing is they're taking these photos and exacerbating the skin tones to make them look more purple, right? So, for example, if you look at U.S. footage,
Yes, you can see the footage from the different broadcasting. So, in the Chinese broadcasting, it looks purple. On the American broadcaster, it looks normal.
and one thing you can do hold on, pause it there. Before you move on to the thing, because I'll show you how they do it.
Yeah.
If you look at the husk picture on the right of the
Yes.
China footage, if you look at the sign, the omega sign in the background or whatever that says,
Yeah.
that white hue has a purplish tinge. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I don't know why people didn't see that in these viral posts.
Sure.
But I can show you how they did it. In fact, let's go inside the sausage factory.
Okay, sure.
So if I take
a
this photo, this purple photo, right, of the swimmer,
And you just
I
did
can
a color
adjust
correction.
it, right? And
Yeah.
I'll show you how I did it. It's very, very
Okay,
simple.
so now she looks normal, not purple.
Yes.
I mean, look, you also have to understand they've got incredibly bright lighting and stuff. That
Yeah,
is
of
probably going to mess with the color
Of
views
course,
anyway.
of course. But I want to show you what you can do. So inside of your editing software, this is just in Final Cut, right? you pull up the color, and you can just change the master hue of everything. You can make it whatever you want.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So I can take this and I can just bring it up to actually get rid of some of the purples and recorrect it to a more normal what it should be, like closer to out of the camera skin tone of what was shot. And then after I'm done, you'll see it looks like a completely normal photo. So you have the purple one there. And then
And also you can tell the white in the background.
Yes, it's not correct, right?
It's got to be white,
Right. But this was going crazy.
Yeah.
These very horrible, like insensitive posts accusing the Americans of doping and calling them very bad names.
Well, they said white-skinned pig using stimulants. And for those of you who don't know, when you live in China, a derogatory racist thing to call a white person is a baipizhu, which means a white-skinned pig.
Yeah.
So they go in full racist tilt here. Because, of course, reality is that the Chinese swimmers tested for doping. They did. They tested positive. That is just the reality of it. And then they were magically cleared by the China, as it's called, the Chinese anti-doping. China just sounds
like Chinese Canada.
It just sounds like what Canada is these days. I'm just saying. Yeah, exactly. But they decided that it was okay, and then the IOC, the Olympics committee is like, yeah, it's fine, they can swim.
Well, it's because the World Anti-Doping Agency said yes, your own test is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But the fact of the matter remains is that they did test positive, right? But you don't see racist attacks against them. But now none of the American swimmers have tested positive, so they have to make up the stupid purple face.
It's the no you.
Yeah,
right?
it's the no you, and then they have to get all racist about it too, which is just ridiculous. There's no reason to do that.
No. And one thing we wanted to show you, you could keep going, it's fine. Yeah. We've had enough purple yam footage.
Sure. So it gave me a bit of a shock in the beginning.
If you ate a urinal cake, but you pissed on it first, and you added salt to it.
It does have a slight hint of urinal cake. Hey, look, he's got the Laoban posture with that arms behind the back. Yeah, he does.
They call this the forest of bees.
The forest of bees. The bees are everywhere.
And midges and mosquitoes.
Listen to the bees. Smoking dope in the morning before school opens up, selling crack in the halls, popping pills at lunch.
What a wonderful song.
Yeah.
What a wonderful song.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs.